Hello guys, so in this video we are going to discuss about variables in Python. That what are variables, why we use them, and a lot more is coming. Okay, first let me tell you about data types. If you don't know that in other programming languages, if you ever programmed in another programming language like C, C++ or Java like that, there you have strict data type like int, sorry, like there will be, you will find int like this. Yeah, there you will find various data type like int, float, double, char, string, and a lot more out there like short int, long int, and other types like that. But in Python, those data types are dynamic. Okay, you don't have to mention explicitly that it's int or float. Python automate detects it automatically. Okay, you don't have to do brainstorming that which data type it will be. Okay, it means Python forgives that if you don't. Okay, means Python don't need to mention any kind of data type. Okay, maybe it is int or float to so for declaring variables in Python, what you should do. um Hello, at first, let me tell you that what the variables are. Let's say you want to store a data, a certain data. A data can be anything like your name, your age, your roll number, anything like that. So, like you want to store that in store somewhere so that you can use it again and again and again. Okay, so that you don't have to write it again and again. Let's say you want to store a number name. Let's say Satyam. Let's say somewhat your name. Okay, and you store it somewhere so that you have to write. You don't have to write this name Satyam again and again, so that you can store it somewhere, and whenever you need them you just write that variable, and you can access that data. Okay, like that. If I store this Satyam in some kind of variable, let's say n. Okay, now the Satyam, the data which we provided here, it can be anything, your age, any number, or anything like that. When we stored it's stored in the this one small character n. So after that, whenever we are using n, it means that we are referring to this particular data type, which is Satyam. Okay, we can store anything, like if we name a data type like a is equal to somewhat like 12. This 12 is also stored in this data type like a. That number is also stored in this data type. Okay, you can store also our marks, anything like that. We used to store that in some kind of variable. Its name is variable because it can vary. Okay, you can store anything in it. Okay, so far you got to know that what variables are. Now I am walking you through that how to use a variable. Let's say you stored name Satyam in n. Now how to use that? It is simple. If you want to use that, like if you print your name, you don't have to write your name again. Just print n, and if you run it after saving that, if you run that, run module, and it is printing Satyam, means that variable that Satyam is stored in this variable. Okay, now if you want to update that, okay, let's say now you want to update your variable. Okay, um, 1 second. Now let's say you want to update that. Okay, first I will return that n is equal to Satyam. Now I want n is equal to something like inverted minds. Okay, and then uh, if now we print n, then its name got updated to innovative minds. Okay, if you then run that, then you can see at first the value of n is Satyam. After that, when you updated that, then the value of n becomes innovative mind. Okay, so these are variables. You can use anything for it, for anything. Like if you want to add two number, then you can take the input from the user and store it in some kind of variable and use it later on. Okay, because let's say you want to store it in this variable, it necessarily don't mean that you have to use it right now. Maybe you can use it in some other parts of the code, but it is better to have some kind of variable which makes code quite readable. Okay, uh, and the variable's name, nothing for readability purposes and something like that, we have to name a variable very specific, I mean some meaningful according to the naming conventions. So these are all about variables. And now in the Python we don't need to explicitly mention like that, like in this case it is of data type string, but we don't have need to mention a string, we just need a letter n. But in other languages like C, C++, Java, C sharp, whenever you use this one, we have to use explicitly mention it that we are using string data type. Okay, so but Python does it for you. Okay, uh, now we your but one thing is there that your variables should start with any letter. Okay, any number, sorry, you can't name any variable like this one, 1n is equal to Satyam. This shouldn't be the case. Okay, okay, this don't mean anything. If you do that, it will give an error. If you name a variable like this one, just comment that. Now if you run that, saving that and running that, um, we can see there is some kind of error, means you can't name variable starting with a numeric value. You can name it like n1, is no problem in that, but you can't name any variable starting with a numeric value or any special character in them. You have to be very specific to see that what kind of naming should we give to the variable. You can go through documentation. Let me walk you through, and if you run that right now, it will work. Okay, hope you got that. Now, so what kind of variable? So you can simply search on the Google that variable naming rules in Python, and if you search that, I'm also walking you through that how to solve your problem by searching on Google. It's also a skill required for a programmer, that how to solve your own problem. Okay, like here you can see a variable name must start with a letter and underscore or a character. Must start like it is given here. A variable name cannot start with a number, like I said. A variable name can only contain alphanumeric character and underscores, a like this one. A variable name are case sensitive, like age are three different variables. If I declare a variable like this one, a small n is equal to, let's say, Satyam, and if you declare another variable which is capital N is equal to Satyam, though both are n, but these two will mean different variables. Okay, because small n is considered as different and capital N is considered different variable according to the interpreter of the Python. Okay, so you need to take care of this one also. Okay, so till now, so this video so till now we have learned that how to use variables in your Python program. So that's it for this video. If you like this video, do hit a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you till then. Thank you.